Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss an important topic which is UAPA invoked against NewsClick. So you already know that NewsClick is a news portal and many journalists and social and political activists are saying that this is attack on freedom of media. On the other hand, many pro-BJP people are saying that if any person or if any organization has committed such crime, then they must be punished. Being an UPSC aspirant, we should not indulge in such things that what are the controversy related to the NewsClick. And our main agenda is to discuss the UAPA and its framework. So title of today's discussion is UAPA and its framework because this is very important from your UPSC perspective and from your GS2 perspective. So moving to the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news and then what are the charges invoked against NewsClick, and then largely we are going to discuss UAPA and its framework and then practice question for prelims and mains. So coming to the news part, so we already know that Delhi police has sealed the office of NewsClick and they had also filed an FIR against NewsClick and they had also put charges of UAPA and also anti-terror law. So this is the brief news we are going to cover in today's class. So moving to the next slide is related to what are the terror charges it had invoked on the NewsClick. So the first charges and the main charges is that the NewsClick founder and the whole organization has received the money from the Chinese company and Chinese people to spread the Chinese propaganda in this country. So this is the main charges they had put on the NewsClick. And what are the other charges? So they had also put Section 13, which is related to unlawful activities, Section 16, which is related to Terrorist Act, 17, which is related to raising funds for terrorist acts, 18 for the conspiracy, 22C for the offenses by companies trust, and also they had invoked IPC Section 153 for promoting enmity between different groups, and they had also invoked 120B for criminal conspiracy. So these are the terror charges it had invoked on the NewsClick. So moving to the next slide is about what is UAPA. So UAPA has been passed in 1967 and its main aim to prevent unlawful activities in the country. So what is this unlawful activity? So it refers that any action taken by any individual or any organization which harm the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the nation is considered as an unlawful activity. So this is a brief definition of unlawful activities and it is applied on both foreign national also on Indian national. So what are the provisions for the foreign land? So the mode of implementation is same for the Indian land also for the foreign land. Suppose that if any person who belongs to Indian origin has committed such crimes in the foreign land, then mode of implementation and rules will be same for the person. And what are the other provisions related to this UAPA? That any investigating agency who are investigating the particular case can file charge sheet under 180 days. So this thing is very important for your prelims exam because by statement they can ask you such question. So moving to the next slide is about what are the recent amendments we have into UAPA Act. So in 2019 there was amendment which has created much debate over mainstream media. So what are the debates and controversy related to the UAPA? So the first thing that it also designate individual person as a terrorist. So this thing has created much furor among the mainstream media that what are the problems we have for this thing, and it had also given Director General of any investigating agency to grant and to seizure and to attach the property of the particular person when the investigation is going against that person. So it had also this kind of provision. On the other hand, in 2021, there is debate over the vagueness of sections of the UAPA Act. So what is the recommendation of Delhi government regarding this? So Delhi government has imposed certain restrictions and principle regarding the implementation of section 17, 18. So what it has done that for section 15, it engrafts the offenses of terrorist act, and for section 17, it imparts the punishment for the raising funds for the committing a terrorist act, and for 18, punishment for conspiracy for terrorist act. So it means that under this umbrella you have to file FIR for an organization, for a person. So these are the recent amendments for this UAPA. Moving to the next slide is about practice question for prelims, and this question is related to UAPA. And your first statement is it was passed in 1967 and your second is it is applied to Indians only, and your third statement is under it a charge sheet can be filed under 180 days. And here they are asking that how many statements are correct. So you have to answer this in the comment section because these are the nitties gritties of anything, and you have to be very careful regarding the nitties gritties of UAPA law because it can come in your prelims exam, and for mains also you should know the basic of the UAPA law. So moving to the mains part. So the mains question is, the UAPA is largely an anti-terror law that is supposed to be applied only in rare instances. So you have to catch the keywords of the question. However, the experience with the UAPA over the years suggests that it is being indiscriminately used by the government, both union and state, at varying degrees, and here they are asking critically examine. So you can start your answer in two ways. First, what you can give, that you can give intro of UAPA, that it was passed in 1967, recent amendment you can discuss about this, 2019 amendment, 2021 amendment, Delhi High Court, what is the opinion of Supreme Court regarding this UAPA. So you can start your answer in this way. The second way is that you can directly quote the democracy thing, because India is considered as a democratic country and we all have democratic procedure to be regarded as a democratic country, and it is also regarded as one of the largest democracy of the world because of the huge population, and we had adopted democracy since its independence. So, but what we can see that recent democracy indexes shows that India is slipping its number, and currently we had 108th position in democracy index, which is not good sign for this country, which has a large population who is involved in the electoral democracy kind of thing. So in this way you can also start your answer. Then coming to the demand of the question, which is the main part of the question, that how state government and central government is misusing this UAPA law. So first of all, what you can give, that you can give the PUCL data and NCRB data. So you can write reports related to the PUCL and NCRB data, that what are the cases registered under the UAPA. So according to PUCL report, between 2015 to 2020, we have the conviction rate of around 29% under UAPA. On the other hand, we have the conviction rate of IPC 49%. So this we can see that there is a huge difference between UAPA conviction rate and the IPC conviction rate. On the other hand, you can also quote the NCRB data. The latest data we have that there are almost 4,000 cases which are pending under UAPA law. So these all suggest that, you know, the state government and the central government is misusing this UAPA law. And you can, for instance, we are not just, you know, targeting any person here, but for instance, you can give the example of Umar Khalid, Stan Swami death, the Safura Jargar case. So these are the examples you can write about the Sudha Bhardwaj case for the strengthening of your answer. You don't have to focus much on the cases, but for example and for instance, you can give such examples which will strengthen your answer more beautifully. So I hope you like this lecture. If you have any queries related to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.